Hello there, this is Ann Hamland. I am the Public Library Services Consultant for Wisconsin Valley Library Service. And in this Digital Byte, we will walk through how to put a button on your website for both library staff and the public to share their library story. Advocacy and collecting library stories can feel intimidating. So we built this tool for library staff and also library lovers, library readers, library users to share their library stories. This tool, a button on your website, is going to collect all of those library stories in one nice place. We're going to do that by using an image tied to a Google form. So let's get started. I created 3 different images. These images can function as a button. What we will do is link the Google form to the image. And I wanted to take some time to show you how light adjustments can make a big difference in how something looks on your website. So I wanted to assure you we can make it look any way you envision. On the screen here on the left-hand column, this is simply an image linked to the survey. Next, we have that same image with a little bit of movement and an outline linked to the survey. The third column is just an image with shadowing, also linked to the survey. And then, in the fourth column, we have the image accompanied by a button, but both go to the survey. Here's a second design. Image linked to a survey, image with more movement and a border linked to the survey, and image with a shadow linked to the survey, and an image with a button, and further a third design with the same adjustments. Picture yourself working at the service desk, and a reader comes up and drops a book in the book drop and turns to you and says, "Oh gosh, I just have to say," and they share a funny or emotional, heartbreaking, or wonderful library story with you. That's when you take the time to pause and say, "Can I write your library story down? Can I share your library story with the library team? Would you mind if I wrote your library story down?" Or that person, if they are on their couch or in their own office or in bed late at night at 2 a.m. and they're looking for an audiobook on your website and they find the Share Your Library Story button, they can go ahead and share their information themselves, share their library story. This button will be a tool for both staff and library user to share their library story and funnel all of those stories into one place, into the Google form. So let's walk through that side. Let's take a look at the Google form. Using original photos is very important. It encourages relationship building and familiarity when a person is both looking at your website and at a form. You want them to feel connected to the space and comfortable. I added some generic language, but I titled it Share Your Library Story. Every question that I put in here is very optional because sometimes a person gets nervous or shy when you say, "Can I write down your library story? Can I share your story with my team?" That's a wonderful opportunity when you see their body language become more shy to say, "We don't have to include your name, but your story is just too good not to share." There is a long answer text area for that long or short library story, and also an area that says, can we use your library story? Most times people will say yes, but if not, they have a place here to do that. Sometimes it's still worth collecting just to share with your immediate team. Then, when you have responses, the person or the email that has created the form will get a notification email in their inbox, or If you share the survey with your teammates, you can pop in, click on the Responses tab, and find all of those library stories saved in one nice little place. That is the beauty of Google Forms and using a button to collect all of the library stories. It can be daunting when you hear the advocacy word. It can be frightening when someone says, "Can you collect some library stories for Library Legislative Day?" But if we take those moments at the service desk as a staff member to go onto our website and record those stories that you hear every day, or if a person elects to click on the button when they're on your website and shares their story, it makes everything that much easier once you have those stories. Library stories are much more effective if they are not coming from a librarian saying, "How our library is so awesome. I'm the librarian there, and let me tell you about how awesome we are." Again, it's much more effective when a library lover is telling their library story to the people who need to hear it. So please let me know if you would like a share your library story button on your website, and if you need help creating the Google form.